So, hello, my name is Vitang from class 20 at VKU, and this video instruction on how to perform CRUD operation with Mongoose and MongoDB Atlas. In this video, we will be looking into using Mongoose with the MongoDB Atlas remote database. And the example in this video consists of a list of food and their caloric values. Users will be able to create a new item, read items, update items, and delete items. So now we will create a directory for our project and install dependencies. Create a new directory. Navigate to the newly created directory. At this point, we can initialize a new NPM project. Next, I will install Express and Mongoose. So now we will create a new file to run the Express server. Connect to the MongoDB Atlas database and import future rows. Create a new server.js file and add the following lines of code. Pay attention to the connection string. This is the connection string that is provided by MongoDB Atlas. Mongoose Connect will take the connection string. Next, we need to define the schema and handle rows. We will need to have a pattern to strut our data onto, and these patterns are referred to as schemas. Schema allow us to decide exactly what data we want and what options we want the data to have as an object. In this video, we will use Mongoose model method to make it usable with actual data and export it. As a variable we can use in food rows. Create a new directory called models. Inside of this new directory, create a new food.js file. And add the following lines of code. This code defines our food schema. It will consist of a name value that e of type string. It will be required. Trim any white space and set to lowercase characters. It will also consist of a caloric value that is of type number. It will have a default of 0 and validate to ensure no negative numbers are submitted. Once we have our data model set up, we can start setting up the row to use it. We will start by reading all foods in the database. At this point, it will be an empty array. Create a new directory called rows. Inside of this new directory, create a new food rows.js. And add the following lines of code. This code establishes a food endpoint of get request. The Mongoose query function file return all object with matching parameters. Since no parameter have been provided, it will return all of the items in the database. Once we have the data, this code use a try cap log to send it. This will be useful for verify the data with Postman. So now I will run our server with the following command in terminal. In Postman, create a new read or first request. In Postman, create a new request. Ensure the request type is set to get. Set the request URL to localhost and endpoint is first. Click send. The Postman result will display an empty array. Next, we will build a functionality to create a new food item and save it to the database. Revisit the food rows.js and add the following lines of code between app.get and module export. This code establish a food endpoint for post request. The Mongoose query function save is used to save data passed to the database. In Postman, create a new request called create new food. Ensure the request type is set to post and the endpoint is food. In the body section, select raw and JSON. Then add a new food item by constructing a JSON object with a name and calories. After sending the create new food request, send the read all food request again. The Postman result will display the newly added object. Every object created with Mongoose is given its own ID, and we can use this to target specific items. It will be a mix of alphabet, character, and letters. Next, we will build the functionality to update an existing food item and save the change to the database. Revisit the food rows.js file and add the following lines of code between app.post and module export. This code establishes a food/ID endpoint for patch request. The Mongoose query function find by ID and update. Text the target ID and the request data we want to replace it with. Then save is used to save the change. In Postman, create a new request called update food. Ensure the request type is set to patch. Set the request URL to localhost /food/ID, where ID is the identifying string of the food we created previously. In the body section, select raw and JSON, then modify your food item by constructing a JSON object with a name and calories. After sending the update food request, send the read all food request again. The Postman resource will display object with modified calories. Finally, we will build a function to remove an existing food item and set the change to the database. Revisit the food rows.js file and add the following lines of code between app.patch and module export. This code establishes a food/ID endpoint for delete requests. The Mongoose query function find by ID and delete. Text the target ID and remove it. In Postman, create a new request called delete food. Ensure the request type is set to delete. Set the request URL to localhost /food/ID, where ID is identified in the string of the food you created previously. After sending the request, send the read all food request again. The Postman result will display an array without the items that were deleted. So at this point we have an Express server using Mongoose methods to interact with a MongoDB Atlas cluster. So that's all. Thank you for watching my video.